Hi everyone, Lucy Bell here, your project coordinator for the Mississippi Breakthrough Series Collaborative with a short video on Action Period 1. Action Period 1 is the phase of the BSC that we are in right now. It lasts from June 1st to July 23rd, which is the day before our second learning session, July 24th and 25th. So that is the scheduled dates for our second learning session, so you can go ahead and write that down in your calendar and start getting excited. So now that we have our feet wet and know a little something about recovery and resiliency and the direction that we want to take our agencies and the direction that we want to take mental health in Mississippi as a whole, we can start making some changes. And so that's really what Action Period 1 is all about. Listening to those ideas that we shared and putting them into action and seeing how they go. So the faculty knows that due to travel constraints and other conflicts, we didn't exactly get to leave Learning Session 1 with the same enthusiasm and the same momentum that we felt during the rest of our 2 days together. However, I know that most everyone, and I certainly did, experienced many moments of sharing great ideas with other teams at the learning session. And Action Period 1 is where we're going to get to test those out. So we just want to say as faculty how excited we are for Action Period 1 and that we hope you are too. We also want to let you know that we heard your thoughts and your concerns from the evaluations from Learning Session 1 and that we are going to take those concerns and adapt to them, as is the recovery and resiliency model. And we're going to end day 2 of Learning Session 2 at 3 p.m. So hopefully that will leave you enough time to get squared away and get on the road and get back to your home. So we hope that will be a good adjustment for everyone. We're going to start Learning Session 2 on both days at 8:30 a.m., end on day 1 at 4, and end on day 2 at 3. So I want to say thanks again. We're very excited to continue this work, this important work with all of you, and we look forward to your participation. So listen up now. I'm going to go over the participant checklist for Action Period 1. Thanks. So we have a new participant checklist for Action Period 1. It contains all of the dates and assignments for this phase, and I'm going to quickly go over it. Everything is in order by due date. So the first thing to address is the calls for this phase. There are only 2, a topical call and the all collaborative call. There will be 4 possible topical calls. They're going to be led by faculty, and everyone gets to pick the one that fits their schedule and that they feel like will be most helpful or interesting for them. They're all going to be great conversations, and you can just pick the one that you're curious about. Which one do you think might spark a good idea for improvement for your agency? You can feel free to think about it, and you'll sign up by the end of the week. So you'll see that the first assignment underneath watching this video is to register for topical calls. It's due Friday, June 21st, and you'll choose one of the 4 options by clicking the link to the right. It'll take you to a Google form, and you'll choose your name, your team, and one of the 4 options for topical calls. So all 4 are scheduled and listed on the checklist for your reference. And again, participants are only required to attend 1 topical call. If you're interested in more than one, by all means, you can join those too, but just make sure you're at least attending the one that you register for so we know who to expect at each call. So you'll see the first topical call with Melody and Aurora is on 6/24, called Creating a Bridge Between Treatment and Natural Supports in the Community. The second with Mark and Shane on 6/28 is called Recovery Coaching. The third with Kelly and Ijama on July 3rd is one Leadership Strategies for Recovery Transformation. And then a fourth option is ID, DD, and ROCs. It's the same. That will be on July 18th with Lisa and Andrew. So the second mandatory call you'll be attending is the all collaborative call. It's on page 2. And you'll see it's scheduled for Monday, July 8th at 10 a.m. And just like last time, this is going to be a call for all of us, the entire BSC, so make sure you put this one on your calendar right away. It's going to be led by Linda McDowell, and it's going to be a discussion about person-centered planning. Everyone is invited and hopefully will be active participants on this call. There will be some reading to do before the call so that we can devote most of the call time to discussion. And we're going to give you more information about that as it comes. So that's all there is, just a topical call of your choice and the all collaborative call. Other than that, on the checklist, there are a couple of assignments, so let's just go over those for a moment. At the bottom of page 2, at the top of page 2, you'll see there is an assignment called Metrics Instructional Videos. So the assignment is just to watch these. One is an overview of the metrics process, and the other is an overview of how to submit your metrics online. Jennifer Sygras made these for us, and they're really going to make the metrics process really easy for everybody. So watching these videos is mandatory for metrics coordinators and optional for everyone else. And the sooner your metrics coordinator watches them, the better equipped they'll be to answer your questions about metrics. But of course, you can always ask Jennifer or anyone else on the faculty. And right below that, you'll see that the actual metrics for June are due July 5th. They will always be due on the 5th day of the month after the month that you're recording progress for. So these June metrics are due July 5th, and you can watch those videos and get all the help you need from faculty, and we hope that those will be good. The assignment at the bottom of page 2 is the organizational assessment exercise. So assessments are due on July 16th by the end of the day, and the instructions are going to be exactly the same as they were the first time you did this, so it should be familiar territory. Hopefully we'll see a bit of progress on different elements here and there, and then Jennifer is going to make another version of those awesome dashboards with the traffic lights using this information for Learning Session 2 for us to look at. Okay, page 3, last couple of things. At the top you see the fourth option for a topical call, and then underneath you see assignment that says post your PDSAs. This is due July 23rd, and PDSAs stands for Plan, Do, Study, Act, and we spoke a little bit about PDSAs at Learning Session 1, but Action Period 1 is where we're actually using them. So basically a PDSA is just your plan for a small test of change, and the assignment is to post at least one PDSA on a database. So we have a database, which is a link on the Wigio site in the folders. So you will see the link right at the top, on top of all the folders, and you'll click on that, and inside of it there will be an Excel sheet, and you're going to post about at least one PDSA that you all are planning to do, and then we'll be carrying those out. So Jan is going to make an instructional video for this assignment specifically, so that will all be very clear, and I will alert you when that is all set. Underneath that, you'll see we have an assignment called Newspaper Front Page. This is sort of our team update. So what we're asking you to do is to recreate the front page of your local newspaper and fill it with the news of your team's progress in the BSC, sort of what all you have been trying out during this action period, what have been your successes, what have you tried and didn't work so well. So the instructions for this assignment and an example of this assignment are already on the collaborative workspace, and they're under Action Period 1/assignments. So basically it'll be a team update for us to all look at Learning Session 2 instead of the storyboards. This time it'll be newspapers, and like I said, it'll be time to highlight your successes from Action Period 1 and catch us up to date with what all you've been doing. So action period 1 is going to conclude with us getting together for another good time at learning session 2. And learning session 2 is scheduled. We're all ready for it for July 24th and July 25th. And like I said, we're going to be ending day 2 at 3 p.m. so we can get everybody on their way. And we're going to give you more information on learning session 2 as that comes as well. But go ahead and mark your calendars for learning session 2. So I just want to say again that we are very excited to continue working with all of the teams and to start putting these ideas into action. I know they are great ideas, and we're going to see how they play out together, and we're going to grow and adapt and share our experiences when we get back together. So that will be great. And remember, each of you was picked to be a part of this project because we know you're passionate about making change towards a more recovery and resiliency-oriented system of care, and we know that you're going to be great leaders in the state of Mississippi. So let's all keep up the great work, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for listening.